Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I am Red Melissa, and this is Morning Sip. We're going to go live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and we are streaming on New Thought Media Network. Let me tell y'all, I am so excited for this whole week because it is, wait, you know what I need? I need a drum roll. Because it is Joy Week. And Joy Week is how I celebrate the anniversaries of Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. So April 6th, 2020 was my very first morning. I can't even call it a morning sip. It was just my very first Facebook Live. And so who else would I have to celebrate this auspicious occasion but the man himself who is responsible for me even getting on Facebook Live on April 6th, 2020. And I know you'll probably guess who that is. No other than my soul brother, Sekou Writes.
All right. Responsible.
Yes, responsible.
I claim
I
it.
just realized, Sekou, I don't have my headphones in. So let me take care of that.
Okay. Wow.
So,
Go ahead.
so Sekou Writes. Morning sip is only a half an hour, so we're going to get right into it. Now, Sekou talks about, let's first share the story, and then I want to get into the before and the after.
Okay.
So if you don't know, or if you heard this story before, you're going to hear it again. If you've never heard this story before, buckle up. So April, it was COVID, right? It was in the pandemic. The shutdown had happened mid-March. It's now April. And Sekou and I have been talking almost every day about what we going to do with this time. What we going to do. And I mentioned I've always wanted to go on Facebook Live and say something inspirational. And what did you do, Sekou?
See, she made me sound nice just then. She made me sound nice then. What I was going through was some really hot stuff. And so because of my energy, I was all like, right? And so I was like, yeah, we'll do it. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. And my energy was very, very aggressive. My energy then, for those of you who know me now, you'll know that that energy was very aggressive. Very aggressive. I told her to do it.
Very aggressive. Yes. Very aggressive to the point, and I said this to Sekou this morning. Basically, Sekou bullied me into
I did.
The Facebook Live.
I did.
Anybody
around me, I would speak to that way. That was my energy at that time. Yeah.
Yes. He was in your face.
I was seriously.
I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, you need to read the book to understand what kind of space I was in, but I was in a very different space. Very different space.
So I was like, all right, bet, because what you don't want to do
with
Melissa,
that's right,
is challenge her.
Is right.
Dare her to do something, because that's it. I'm going to do it.
That's right.
So April 6th, 2020, I got on Facebook Live, and this is what happened. I'm going to share it. It's less than 4 minutes. The very first Facebook Live that I did after being bullied by Sekou Writes. Good day, everybody. This is Melissa. I am Rev Melissa. It is so good to be here and I just wanted to send out blessings and peace to everybody. So I wanted to share a good word with you all today about the importance of having a spiritual practice. So a spiritual practice is something that I've been doing for a really long time. And as a life coach, it's one of the first assignments that I give to my clients, because having something to ground you in the day sets you up for the day. So what does that look like, right? People always want to know, what is a spiritual practice? How do I do that? But before I go there, the importance of spiritual practice is that it helps you to lift your vibration for the day. We put out so much during the day that we have to spend the time putting in what it is that we need to fortify us for the day. So a spiritual practice is something as simple as setting aside time every single day. Every single day. Just like you brush your teeth every single day, I hope, your spiritual practice is every single day. And I recommend doing it first thing in the morning, because that's an indication that you are important, that nothing else comes before you taking care of nourishing your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit. All of those things are connected. So it indicates I'm spending this time with myself, and I'm doing something to fortify myself for the day, to nourish myself for the day, to power myself up for the day. You know, just like you plug in and source up and power up your cell phone, you're doing the same thing for yourself, right? Plugging in, getting that power in. So what does it look like? 3 simple things. I encourage you first thing in the morning and to set a time for yourself, right? So it's something that's consistent. So the first thing is inspirational reading. Anything that is inspiring you, motivating you. It could be a sacred text. It could be a self-development book, whatever it is, but it's inspiring, right? So a couple of minutes of that. Next, to do some journaling. So journaling can be, asking your higher self a question, because all the answers are within us. Everything that we need to know is within us when we connect to that higher self, that capital S self. So you do some journaling. You can ask yourself a question. What does success look like for me today? You could write yourself a love letter, whatever it is to keep that vibration high for yourself in the morning. And then you close it out with meditation. And I know some people hear the word meditation, it's like, oh, I can't do that. Meditation can be guided. There's a lot of resources online. You can simply sit and just be with your breath, breathing in and breathing out, and just being conscious of that. And that could be your meditation. So I just wanted to take a moment and share the importance of spiritual practice. First thing in the morning, you first, fill yourself up, self-full, journaling, inspirational reading, journaling, and meditation. Enjoy.
That was good. I was taking notes. Did you see me? I was like, well, I was laughing at first. I was like, wait a minute, this is good stuff. I need to write this down. Shoot, that was good.
So okay, let me just do a little commercial break right here. So those of you who are joining me on Instagram, you're not going to have the full experience today. So I invite you to go to YouTube and see the show on YouTube this whole week, because I'm going to have guests on. I might be showing video clips, and you won't be able to see it because of the way it's set up on Instagram. So I'm going to sign off of Instagram now. I'll upload today's show on Instagram later on. So thank you for being here. Bye, Instagram. I see you, Lady Cinnamon. I see you. Oh, I see you, June. All right, y'all. YouTube. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. So what stands out to me, and this ties into what a little bit of the experience that Sekou talked about this morning, and we were chatting about yesterday. When I see that video now, Sekou, I'm like, my voice sounds different to me.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little higher pitched, I look different to me. It almost feels like not a younger version of me, but it is a younger version of me because it was 5 years ago.
Right.
But younger, just younger in the sense of what I was doing, which is accurate because that was my very first time doing it. And I was nervous as all heck. And you could see that I was like this.
Yeah.
Because I had my phone turned the wrong way. That's how inexperienced I was. I had never done a Facebook Live. So I didn't even know how to hold the phone.
Yes.
So what happened right after that? I did it, right? Sekou called me. He was like, how'd you like it? Go ahead.
Yeah. And then I was like, so when you, wait a minute, you said you wanted to do it again. And I was like, so when you want to do it again? And you were like, tomorrow. I was like, tomorrow? Tomorrow you gonna do it again? Tomorrow? What? Wow. That even broke through my hardcore.
Yeah.
I was like, what, tomorrow? Wow. You know?
That settled Sekou right down.
Yeah.
And what I started to do after April 6th, I did a Facebook Live every single day.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Every single day.
Yeah.
And as time went on, I got more comfortable, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's what happens with practice. You practice anything consistently and you will get better at it.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. No matter what. High vibration or low vibration activities. Yeah. You will get better at it. You will get better at it. Mm. So one of the things that struck me, because yesterday, I see you all, I want to check in with you all in a minute. One of the things that struck me, because on Mondays now, I do a replay because I have so many episodes. I have over 1,000 episodes.
I mean, yeah, lots of episodes. Lots.
So I'm sharing a replay of the trans series. And in 2021, Sekou started popping in at the end of Morning Sip. And Sekou, I don't know how that happened.
I was producing and then I would pop in at the end. I don't remember how it happened either. I don't remember how it happened. Yeah.
Oh, I know how it happened. What? So yes. So, okay. You'll see how excited I am. Yeah. We're celebrating 5 years of Morning Sip.
Right.
This whole week is Joy Week, and it's also Yes Week.
Yes Week.
So it happened because so April 6th was the first Facebook Live you just saw, and then I did it every single day. Crazy. And what I started doing was I started sharing the episodes on different groups that I belong to.
Okay.
And New Thought Media Network,
right,
which is run and created by Rev Dr. Robert, was the administrator of many of these Facebook groups that I was sharing my sips with.
Right.
And he reached out to me.
Right. I remember now.
And other people have reached out to me, but I always thought like these were like perverts or creeps or whatever, and I would never reach back out. But there was something about Rev Robert that made me curious, and I asked Sekou, like, what do you think I should do? And you were like, yeah, respond, see what he says, see what see what he got going on. I was like, okay, so I did. We connected, and he told me he wanted to stream New Thought Media Net. He wanted to stream Morning Sip on New Thought Media Network. So January of 2021, we started streaming on New Thought Media Network, and Sekou was my producer. So Sekou was there for every single show.
Yeah, I was producing. Yeah,
he was producing.
Every single show. Yeah,
every single show.
Yeah.
And Sekou was also doing his own stuff, starting to work with the Unhoused.
I was a busy boy.
He was very busy.
I was doing a lot.
And he had this hero hoodie.
Yes. It's coming back to me.
Yes. And so I would talk about on the show what Sekou was doing with the hero hoodies and with the unhoused. And he was, you know, running these campaigns and raising money that would go to the unhoused. And I was talking about it. And on one show, I said, you know what, Sekou could talk about it. And Sekou came on the show at the end and he talked about it.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. That's how I got my own show.
That's how Sekou got his own show. Because he needed his own show because he was doing so many things.
I was doing so much.
So if you saw the replay yesterday, you saw a snippet of what Sekou was doing before he had a stroke. A snippet of a whole lot. And the work he was doing with the unhoused and his hero hoodie ministry is what I called it.
Right.
And Sekou, share your response to seeing yourself yesterday.
Yeah, you hinted at it earlier in your messages now, talking about you were younger when you recorded that first video, and you're older now. And yeah, that's kind of it. But for me, it's like there's two different people. And as me now, looking back at me then, and the memories haven't all coalesced yet. So I'm really looking at me from a distance. I'm like, how is he doing all this? How is he doing all these things? How does he have this metric with all these metrics in it? Like 62 miles, 75 miles. Like, what are you doing? What is he doing? And it's weird because it feels distant. It feels different. You know, that's the best way I can explain it. It feels like a different person.
Yeah. And that's how I feel, but not to the extreme of Sekou. So, so think about it as seeing having actual video of yourself growing.
Yeah.
To have actual proof of it, right? So Sekou has this because of the stroke.
Yes.
He has and he even talks about the Sekou before the stroke in the third person. That's how distant, right? You feel.
Yes. Yeah. Like I keep referring to him as he because he feels so different than me now. He feels so different and has so many different things. And Fee gave me a lecture yesterday. She gave me a lecture about it. Sekou, don't you compare yourself to anybody else. Don't you compare yourself to anybody else but you. You know, even you. And I was like, all right.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Don't even compare yourself to pre-stroke Sekou.
Yeah.
That's
what she was doing. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so I think what one, there are no accidents. So the fact that, because after Sekou got his show, he wasn't popping on my show as much as he was before. So the fact that I picked this particular series as the replay, where Sekou is popping on at the end, and it's Joy Week, where I'm celebrating 5 years of Morning Sip. And we get to, see this through this lens now.
Right.
Sekou gets to see it through the lens of pre-stroke and after stroke.
Yes.
And I get to see it, I think, like as many, 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 many people possibly get to see their lives or view their lives through the lens of before COVID and after COVID. I can't tell you how many conversations I have with people, and their point of referencing time is, oh, wait, that was before COVID.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Happens a lot.
So we don't need to have these like major events in order to grow and move. But for whatever reason, the human condition, many times it takes life-changing events to propel us.
Yeah.
Right? To propel us into what is ours to do.
Yeah. Fee actually, yesterday, she actually did this. She showed me and you with the snippet, right? What you're talking about now. And then she showed me and you last week. She did this yesterday. And she was like, look at how much she's changed. Yeah, you know, you're focusing on you, how much you've changed, Sekou, but look how much she's changed. And I was like, yeah, all right.
Yes. Yeah. Look, I'm like,
right. Yeah.
My position in all aspects of it has changed. And I think for Joy Week, for this celebration, I'm inviting everyone to celebrate yourselves. Celebrate how you have grown over these last 5 years, how you are stepping more fully into your purpose. Let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate enough. I really believe that we can celebrate ourselves and each other more.
Yeah.
Because we're worth celebrating. All the things that we are up to, we're up celebrating. So Sekou, for you, what is something that you would like to celebrate about you?
About me?
Yes.
Ouch. Oh, shoot. Well, I'll say this. When she did that, when Fee did that, she played the two snippets. There was a point at which during the snippet, the part of me that was after the stroke, after the stroke, where I was saying something very clearly to you, and I said it so well, but all I remember was the things that were going on in my head when I was saying that. But it came out fine. It came out fine. It came out perfectly fine. And so I guess what I want to say to myself is you got to get out of your head. You've got to silence that part of your thinking and lean into the fact that you sound good. You sound good. And I feel like all the time I'm talking like a duck, but I got to get that out of my mind and focus on the fact that I sound good. So
you sound good, Sekou. And the difference, right? So I noticed the difference when I saw that clip of myself.
Yeah.
My tone is different. I sound different because I am different.
You are different. Yeah.
I am different. We are different. If you have been stepping into who you are, accepting who you are, accepting your gifts, your skills, your talents, you are different because every day you've been practicing being more of who you are, being in your wholeness. And that chit chat, that ego, right? It's just our ego. Our ego wants things to stay the same. It knows these things. It's safe, right? No surprises. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
And so all that was going on for me when I did the Facebook Live. And 5 years later, it still goes on. And it's okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop us. If anyone is listening to this and you are waiting until that voice of that inner critic, that voice that tells you that you can't do it, that it has to be perfect, that you need the right mic and you need all this stuff. I don't know how many people I have conversations with, and they're like, so what is all the equipment you use to do morning sip? And I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. You get
now
the
it's better than
stuff.
perfect. Now is better than perfect.
Yes, now is better than perfect. You will get the stuff. It's not necessary. Just do it. So that voice will have a whole shopping list of things that you need to get.
Right.
And you won't do it.
Right. Exactly.
So do it anyway. It's there. It's going to chatter. It's going to do all the things that it does because that's what it does. That's its job. That's what it does.
Mm-hmm.
You still do it anyway.
Yeah. Ashe.
Before someone like Sekou bullies you into doing it.
I gotta be on the right mode to do that because you all know I'm a nice guy now. I'm a nice guy now, and since the stroke, I've become completely different than who I was before.
Amen.
You know? So I don't know.
Amen. Amen. And like I said, for Sekou, it's extreme. It's a drastic change. But, and I've said this before, and Fee has said this to you as well. You were already on that journey prior to the stroke. The stroke just accelerated it.
Yeah, accelerated it a lot. Because, for money, I went from this to this, Yeah, and I've learned a lot about money. And I've learned a lot about disseminating the money. Because I wasn't going to tell anybody about my mom at first. But my mom was like, boy, you give me some knowledge now. You need to put this out. You need to tell some people. I was like, okay. So
yes, you were talking about it before the stroke.
Yeah.
And now it's like clearly part of your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was before, but now you are like, your commitment is through the roof.
Yeah. Ashe.
So this is not unique. What I want everyone to hear, it's not unique to me, and it's not unique to Sekou. Whatever it is that you're desiring to do, start it now. Just start it now. Take that baby step now, even if you turn out like this.
Yeah.
Just start it. It wasn't the end of the world. Facebook didn't crash.
Right.
Like nothing happened.
Right. Nothing happened.
People laughed and made fun of me for a couple of days.
Yeah.
My friends. It was all in good fun. And you just keep moving forward.
Right.
So let's check in, Sekou, see what folks are saying here.
You gotta be ready to do that, though. You gotta be ready to do that.
No, Sekou, you don't have to be ready to do anything. What? You just do it. I wasn't ready. Let me say this. I didn't feel ready.
You didn't feel ready.
I didn't feel ready.
Okay.
And people wait around until they feel ready.
Yeah.
No, just go.
Right. And I was not ready to do my show again after the stroke. But you said, do it. And I was like, I don't know. But I did.
It was my turn to bully you.
Your turn to bully me. Yeah.
Because after the stroke, folks, Sekou was like, he was fine with me just putting up these replays of him.
Yeah.
Of his show.
And
I was like, Sekou, it's time.
I was like, no. No.
Come on back live.
No.
He did not want to do it. He did not. And what happened, Sekou? Did you do it?
I did it. And then I felt terrible about it. But I kept doing it. And I kept feeling terrible about it. Kept doing it. And now, if I had waited till now, my vocal cords would have crumbled by now. Because I didn't have that speaking to people practice. Right? Yes. It would have been, and I've been able to articulate myself because of this doing this show. Yes. Because of doing this show. Yes. So thanks, Mel.
Yes. See the dots. See, we can't see the dots. We can't see how all the dots are connecting.
Right.
But Spirit, God has the whole picture.
Yeah, Ashe.
Has the whole picture. What if I have the show so that Sekou would have a show so that when he had a stroke, he would have this skill that would help him with his vocal cord,
Come on now.
with articulating.
Come on now. Come on now. Whoa, now that's good. That's good.
It's all interconnected.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And we just see the pieces, but it's all interconnected.
Yeah, Ashe.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to reflect and to celebrate. Reflect and celebrate from whence you have come. Because we've come a mighty way.
Yeah.
We've come a mighty way.
Right. We've come a long way for sure.
Oh, Shay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Fee, look who's in SIP. Good morning, you two beautiful people. Hey, fiance. Linda loves my sideway broadcast. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. Y'all got me hanging out in Port Authority watching Sekou aggressive.
Listen, I was.
Hey, you never saw aggressive Sekou?
I was on some.
Before the stroke. Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, we'll talk over some drinks, over some tea. I see the Libra coming out. Let's go. Yes, Pete. Hey, Stacy, I love it. Thank you. Yes, April 6, 2020. I stepped out of my comfort zone. Yes, I did. Sounds like you were born to do this. Spirit and practice. Yes, all it takes is some practice. Practice makes progress. Thank you, Stacy. Likes the sideways too. Yeah, spiritual practice. I will talk about that until kingdom come. Yes. Thank you all so much for the happy anniversaries. I appreciate you all so very much. So very much. And many of you have been with me on this journey from the very first time. And I'm so glad for you have a consistent spiritual practice. Yes. The evolution is real and it is televised. It's televised on Get Rich 101 with Sekou Writes, Monday through Fridays at 9:45. And it is televised on Morning Sip, Sunday through Fridays at 10:30. So
all right.
We are over time, which I knew we would be.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll read some more of the comments after the show, y'all. But thank you so much. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Margaretta. Thank you all so very much. Could you have any parting words?
So I was just laughing because I think that was Bonnie that said, I used to give you fireworks because you didn't know how to do it. And now you give me fireworks because I didn't know how to do it. Like I had to like, wait a minute, how do I do that, Mel? How do that? You taught me what I taught you. It was crazy. It was crazy.
That is so true. Thank you, Bonnie, for that. I was clueless.
Now I was like, how do you do that, Mel? You're like, oh, you just do this, and this. But you don't know how to do that. I'm like, wow. She's growing a lot.
Practice makes progress.
Practice makes progress.
Practice makes progress. All right, y'all. So I'll do some joy news tomorrow. But know that the joy news is we are celebrating 5 years of Morning Sip. The first show was April 6, 2020, before it was called Morning Sip. Shout out to Reverend Jennifer for giving me the name Morning Sip. And the acronym is Spirit and Practice, because practice makes progress. Thank you, Sekou Writes, for the challenge. I love you. Thank you, everyone who's been with me. And share the joy news. Please share the joy news because I want this to spread wide and far, So subscribe to my YouTube channel and spread the joy news. So this week we're going to have more guests. Guess who my guest is on Friday, Sekou? I think you know her very well.
Who?
I'll give you one guess. Who are you marrying
Oh, because I thought you said you had it Thursday. I was saying Thursday. Well,
Thursday, yes. Yeah, I don't know who's I'm having tomorrow. We'll figure that out. But C
Okay,
King will
yes,
be
yes.
on Thursday. And
Yeah.
Friday is meditation with the full moon. So I'm excited we
Oh,
get to do
okay.
a meditation with the full moon during our joy week. See
Okay.
how the universe just organizes all this so perfectly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you, Sekou. I will
Thank you,
see you
Mel.
all tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
So, peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.